Glenn Ford, a prominent figure in Hollywood's golden age, made a name for himself through roles in classics like Gilda and Blackbird Jungle. While he enjoyed considerable success on screen, his romantic life proved more tumultuous. Over the years, the actor became linked with numerous Hollywood starlets, but ultimately only had one child, a son named Peter. Today, Peter carries on his father's legacy, keeping the memory of Glenn Ford's work alive for new generations to discover. Delve deeper into the personal side of this iconic actor's life, and learn how his career and family intertwined. Born on May 1, 1916, in Quebec, Canada, Glenn Ford was destined to make his mark in the entertainment industry. The son of a prosperous railroad executive, he spent his formative years surrounded by comfort and privilege. However, it was his move to California during his teenage years that truly set him on the path to stardom. Once settled in California, Glenn quickly became enamored with the glitz and glamour of Hollywood. He found himself drawn to the excitement and energy of the movie sets, and began participating in high school plays. Initially, he had aspirations of becoming a stage director, but fate had other plans for him. As time went on, Glenn realized that his true passion lay in acting. He loved bringing stories to life and connecting with audiences through his performances. And so, after much consideration, he made the decision to pursue a career in front of the camera. It wasn't long before Glenn started making waves in the industry. With his rugged good looks and undeniable charm, he quickly caught the attention of casting directors and producers. Over the next few decades, he would go on to become one of Hollywood's most beloved leading men, gracing the silver screen in countless films and television shows. Despite his many successes, however, Glenn never forgot his humble beginnings. He remained grounded and grateful for the opportunities that had come his way, always staying true to himself and his art. And in doing so, he left behind a legacy that continues to inspire and captivate audiences to this day. After considering different careers, Glenn Ford decided to pursue acting professionally due to its financial potential. This decision was encouraged by his father, who made sure that Glenn learned various trades despite his interest in acting. However, Glenn's proficiency in these trades became unnecessary when he received a significant break early in his career. The actor's first opportunity came with the film Heaven with a Barbed Wire Fence, which didn't perform well commercially. But, luckily, Columbia Pictures saw promise in him and continued supporting his career. Eventually, Glenn landed another role in the 1940 movie The Lady in Question opposite Rita Hayworth. This classic film gave Glenn the chance to work with notable actors and actresses, further solidifying his passion and commitment to acting. Even though he faced initial setbacks, Glenn remained dedicated to his craft and found favor with one of Hollywood's leading studios during those times, Columbia Pictures. With their unwavering faith in him, Glenn paved the way for more opportunities and established himself as a prominent figure in the industry. In the early days of his career, the actor Glenn Ford found himself under the wing of an influential figure in Hollywood, Harry Cohn, the studio head of Columbia Pictures. At the time, Cohn was looking to establish a stable of contract players that could compete with other major studios. This led him to sign both Glenn Ford and William Holden, hoping to spark a friendly rivalry between them. However, things didn't quite go according to plan. Rather than competing against each other, Glenn Ford and William Holden formed a close friendship. Together, they navigated the ups and downs of their careers, supporting one another along the way. Despite Cohn's initial hopes for a competitive dynamic, he couldn't have been happier with the success that Glenn Ford achieved during his time at Columbia Pictures. With each passing year, the actor continued to hone his craft and deliver memorable performances that captivated audiences around the world. As his star began to rise, Glenn Ford became known for his versatility and range as an actor. He tackled a wide variety of roles, ranging from brooding dramas to lighthearted comedies, always bringing depth and nuance to every character he played. Throughout it all, Glenn Ford remained humble and grateful for the opportunities that had come his way. Even as he reached the height of his fame, he never forgot where he came from or the people who helped him get there. And though his time at Columbia Pictures eventually came to an end, his legacy lived on through the many films and television shows that continue to delight fans to this day. In 1939, Glenn Ford, a relatively unknown actor at the time, landed his first big break in the movie Heaven with a Barbed Wire Fence. This opportunity came under the direction of Ricardo Cortez, who, despite being experienced, would prove to be quite demanding throughout the production process. During filming, Glenn faced relentless criticism from Cortez, which took its toll on the young star. Despite these challenges, he persevered through every scene, determined to deliver the best performance possible under the circumstances. Although it may have been tough, this experience taught Glenn valuable lessons about resilience and tenacity in the face of adversity. Interestingly enough, fate had arranged for their paths to cross again years down the line. An encounter between them sparked memories of their tumultuous past collaboration. Tensions rose quickly, pushing both men towards an altercation. However, before things could escalate further, cooler heads prevailed, preventing what might have become an unfortunate incident. Despite their rocky start, Glenn went on to carve out a successful career spanning decades, leaving behind numerous memorable roles immortalized in cinema history. Meanwhile, Ricardo's own directorial journey continued, albeit without another confrontation with the actor. During the early years of his rising career, the actor Glenn Ford developed a certain reputation. He became known for being a womanizer, having alleged affairs with notable women in Hollywood. Two of these women were Rita Hayworth and another actress named Evelyn Keyes. But aside from his personal life, Glenn Ford also made a significant impact in the film industry. In 1941, he starred in So Ends Our Night, which holds historical importance as it was the first American feature film with an anti-Nazi theme. This classic movie received high praises from critics and was even appreciated by then-President Franklin Roosevelt. The storyline of So Ends Our Night revolved around three individuals who tried to escape Nazi Germany. Glenn Ford played the role of Joseph, a young German man who fell in love with an Austrian woman, but they both faced challenges due to their Jewish background. This film resonated deeply with audiences, especially those concerned about the growing threat of Nazism in Europe. Despite the controversy surrounding his personal life, the actor Glenn Ford left his mark in the film industry through his roles in various films. His performance in So Ends Our Night demonstrated his ability to portray complex characters and deliver thought-provoking performances, making him one of the most respected actors of his time. Additionally, Glenn enlisted in the United States Marine Corps Reserve during World War II, which caught many by surprise, including Harry Cohn, the head of Columbia Pictures. Before serving in the military, the actor completed filming for Destroyer. During the war, Glenn married Eleanor Powell, who was also a well-known actress. As he prepared to go off to war, Eleanor made the difficult decision to give up her career to support him. Soon after their marriage, she became pregnant, showcasing the personal sacrifices they both made during this challenging time. Their lives intertwined with the realities of war and personal commitment, reflecting the era's complexities. In the late 1940s, actor Glenn Ford faced a significant health challenge when he developed ulcers, which delayed his deployment for combat duty. Once he recovered, the actor returned to his burgeoning Hollywood career with renewed vigor. Following the war, the actor achieved even greater fame, especially due to his memorable performance in the classic film Gilda. Although Gilda did not enjoy widespread commercial success upon its release, it received rave reviews from critics, who praised Glenn Ford's portrayal of a casino owner opposite Rita Hayworth's sultry character. This recognition helped establish the actor as a leading man in Hollywood and further elevated his status in the industry. Despite being known for his tough guy roles, Ford demonstrated his versatility by excelling in various genres, including westerns, dramas, and comedies. His work in these films solidified his place as a beloved figure in American cinema. Today, fans still admire him for his contributions to this timeless art form. While filming Gilda, the actor Glenn reunited with his former flame, Rita Hayworth. This revival of their old affair did not go unnoticed by the media, causing damage to Glenn's existing marriage. The public scrutiny surrounding his infidelity made headlines in the tabloids, further complicating matters. During the making of The Green Glove, Glenn developed feelings for co-star Geraldine Brooks. However, she did not reciprocate them. Despite his attempts to pursue her romantically, Geraldine remained unmoved by his advances. It was a difficult time for Glenn, who seemed unable to keep his personal life separate from his professional one. Yet, despite these challenges, he continued to work in films, delivering notable performances in various roles. After years of marital issues, the actor Glenn Ford and his wife Eleanor divorced in 1959. Following their separation, Glenn went on to marry 3 more times and had relationships with several famous actresses. Despite these romantic entanglements, Glenn became estranged from his son Peter for many years. Throughout his career, the actor remained active in Hollywood, taking on various roles until his later years. One of his most memorable performances came in Superman the movie, where he portrayed Jonathan Kent, Clark Kent's adoptive Earth father. This iconic role marked one of Glenn's last significant appearances on screen. Before passing away, Glenn managed to reconcile with his son Peter. During their heartfelt conversations, the actor shared stories of his eventful life, leaving a lasting impression on Peter. Inspired by what he learned, Peter published a book titled Glenn Ford, A Life in 2011. Through this touching tribute, Peter pays homage to his late father while preserving his memory for future generations. In doing so, Peter keeps his father's legacy alive, ensuring it resonates deeply with those who admire the actor's work. Born Gwilyn Samuel Newton Ford in Canada in 1916, Glenn Ford became a household name in Hollywood. His career spanned over 5 decades, making him one of the most durable and respected actors in the industry. Ford's big break came in 1943 when he starred in the film Gilda alongside Rita Hayworth. The movie was a massive success, earning Ford critical acclaim and solidifying his status as a leading man. Over the years, he appeared in numerous films such as The Big Heat, Blackboard Jungle, and Cimarron. He even played the title character in the classic western The Fastest Gun Alive. Despite his many roles, Ford never limited himself to just one genre. Instead, he excelled in various types of movies, showcasing his versatility as an actor. In addition to dramas and westerns, Ford also dabbled in comedies like The Tea House of the August Moon and thrillers such as Experiment in Terror. Throughout his illustrious career, Glenn Ford earned several accolades, including 4 Golden Globe nominations and 2 Laurel Awards. Although he passed away in 2006, his work continues to inspire aspiring actors today, leaving behind a lasting legacy in Hollywood. As time goes by, it becomes increasingly clear how much Glenn Ford accomplished during his life. With each passing decade, more people discover his impressive body of work and appreciate the impact he had on cinema. Undoubtedly, generations will continue to enjoy his timeless performances for years to come. Glenn Ford was born Gwilyn Samuel Newton Ford on May 1, 1916, in Quebec, Canada, to a railroad executive father and a nurse mother. When he was 8 years old, his family moved to Santa Monica, California. As a child, Ford had little interest in acting but developed a passion for horseback riding. He even considered becoming a jockey before turning to acting. Ford's first taste of performing came when he dropped out of high school to become a radio announcer. This job sparked his curiosity about the entertainment industry, leading him to take drama classes and pursue a career in Hollywood. One of Ford's earliest breaks came when he landed a role in a touring company production of Blow You Wines. During this time, he met actor Spencer Tracy, who became a significant influence and mentor. Impressed by Ford's talent and potential, Tracy encouraged him to continue pursuing his dreams. Another influential figure in Ford's life was director Jean Renoir, whom he worked with on the film Swamp Water. Under Renoir's guidance, Ford learned more about the art of storytelling through cinema and refined his acting skills. Throughout his career, Glenn Ford remained grateful for these early experiences and relationships, which laid the foundation for his successful acting journey. His humble beginnings in Canada and later introduction to the world of acting shaped his down-to-earth personality and professionalism, making him one of Hollywood's most respected actors during his time. Ever since Glenn Ford was a young boy, he felt drawn to the magic of storytelling. At the age of 6, he would sneak into his local movie theater in Quebec, Canada, captivated by the flickering images on the screen. He'd watch cowboy movies for hours, enamored by the hero's bravery and charm. Little did he know, these early experiences would ignite a spark that would shape his future. As fate would have it, Glenn's mother remarried and moved the family to California when he was just 10 years old. This relocation placed him closer to Hollywood than ever before. During high school, while participating in drama classes, he found himself magnetically attracted to acting, even more so than those Western films that once held him spellbound. With newfound dedication, Glenn started performing in school plays, transforming into various characters and leaving audiences mesmerized. One day, during a performance of Heartbreak House by George Bernard Shaw, something extraordinary happened. As Glenn delivered each line with conviction and grace, he realized that acting wasn't merely escapism anymore. It had become an extension of who he truly was. That night marked a turning point for Glenn Ford. He knew then that he wanted to devote his life to perfecting his craft and sharing stories with the world. Born Gwilyn Samuel Newton Ford in Canada, 1916, he would face many obstacles on his journey to becoming the acclaimed actor. Glenn Ford. Financial struggles were a constant challenge for the young artist. To help support his family, he worked various odd jobs, including stints as a bellhop and delivery boy. Despite these hardships, Ford's passion for acting remained unwavering. He began performing in local theater productions, honing his craft, and pursuing his dream against all odds. Yet, even after moving to Hollywood, success did not come easily. Industry insiders initially dismissed him due to his Canadian accent, which led to numerous rejections and setbacks. However, Glenn Ford refused to give up. Determined to prove himself, he sought training to modify his speech, eventually shedding his distinctive accent. This perseverance paid off when Columbia Pictures signed him to a contract in 1940. Over time, Ford established himself as a versatile leading man, appearing in diverse genres ranging from film noir to westerns. Throughout his career, Glenn Ford continued to demonstrate resilience by overcoming personal and professional adversities. His ability to adapt and find creative solutions enabled him to build a lasting legacy in cinema. Today, we remember him not only for his memorable roles, but also for his indomitable spirit, a true testament to the power of determination and self-belief. After all, it was Glenn Ford who once said, "The toughest thing about success is that you've got to keep on being a success." Glenn Ford's breakthrough moment came in 1939 when he secured a leading role in the film Heaven with a barbed wire fence. This opportunity propelled him into the spotlight and established his presence in Hollywood. Critics praised his natural acting style and charismatic screen persona. A pivotal point in Ford's career arrived in 1946 when he starred in the classic film Gilda, alongside Rita Hayworth. His portrayal of a cynical gambler earned widespread admiration and cemented his status as a leading man. Director Charles Vidor commended Ford's ability to convey vulnerability beneath a tough exterior, stating, "Glenn had a rare gift for making audiences care about his character, even when he played anti-heroes." Ford continued to deliver powerful performances throughout his career, earning critical acclaim for his roles in films like The Big Heat and Blackbird Jungle. In The Big Heat, Ford embodied a vengeful detective seeking justice after a tragedy strikes close to home. Co-star Gloria Graham marveled at Ford's dedication, saying, "His commitment to the craft inspired everyone around him." Meanwhile, Blackbird Jungle tackled controversial themes surrounding juvenile delinquency in America's schools. As a dedicated teacher trying to reach troubled students, Ford demonstrated both strength and sensitivity, leaving a lasting impression on viewers and colleagues alike. Actor Vic Morrow shared, "Working with Glenn was truly inspiring. He made you want to give your best performance every day." Throughout his illustrious career, Glenn Ford remained a consummate professional who consistently delivered compelling performances. He left behind an indelible mark on cinema history through his memorable roles and undeniable talent. Glenn Ford's artistic vision was shaped by his upbringing and diverse life experiences. Born Gwilyn Samuel Newton Ford on May 1, 1916, in Quebec, Canada, he moved around frequently due to his father's career in railways. This nomadic childhood influenced his adaptability in acting, allowing him to portray various roles authentically. Ford began his journey in show business as a radio announcer before transitioning to acting. His early exposure to different accents and voices helped enrich his performances, giving them depth and nuance. He once shared, "I think I learned more about acting from listening to people talk than from anything else." His acting style leaned towards realism over grandiose gestures. In an era where many actors relied heavily on stage techniques, Ford stood out by underplaying his characters, making them seem more genuine and relatable. Notably, he said, "If you can believe a character, the audience will too." Glenn Ford's filmography reflects his belief in subtlety and authenticity. From playing a war veteran struggling with PTSD in The Secret of Convict Lake to depicting a troubled farmer in Jubal, Ford brought sensitivity and humanity to complex roles. Even when cast in genre films like Blackbird Jungle or 310 to Yuma, he infused moral complexity into his characters, challenging stereotypes. Despite facing industry prejudices against Canadian actors, Ford persevered and left behind an impressive body of work spanning 5 decades. Throughout his career, he remained dedicated to crafting believable characters reflective of everyday struggles and triumphs, a testament to his unique approach and lasting legacy. Glenn Ford, born Gwilyn Samuel Newton Ford on May 1, 1916, was a significant figure in Hollywood's golden age. His career spanned over 5 decades, marking him as one of the most durable actors of his time. Ford's impact can be seen in various aspects of the film industry. He starred in numerous genres, including westerns, film noir, and romantic comedies. This versatility allowed him to connect with diverse audiences and establish himself as a household name. Critics often highlight Ford's ability to bring depth and nuance to his roles. According to film historian Richard Schickel, Ford had an extraordinary capacity for making even the most ordinary line sound like it meant something. This skill set him apart from many of his contemporaries and contributed to his lasting influence. One notable example is Ford's performance in the classic film Gilda. Here, he played against type as a charming yet morally ambiguous character opposite Rita Hayworth. Their on-screen chemistry became legendary, influencing future cinematic pairings. Moreover, directors admired Ford's professionalism and dedication. Famed director John Huistinans commented, "He gave you everything you asked for, and then some. You could always depend on Glenn." Such sentiments underscore the respect Ford earned throughout his career. Actors who followed in Ford's footsteps have also acknowledged his influence. Actor James Garner once stated, "I learned more about acting watching Glenn Ford than I did in drama school." High praise indeed, reflecting the profound effect Ford had on subsequent generations of performers. Despite retiring from the spotlight in the late 1980s, Glenn Ford's legacy continues to resonate within the industry. His commitment to craftsmanship and versatility across different genres serve as inspiration for aspiring artists today. Indeed, Ford left behind a rich tapestry of work that continues to captivate new viewers with each passing decade. Glenn Ford, known for his versatility on screen, was also dedicated to various causes off-screen. He served as a naval officer during World War II before starting his acting career. This experience gave him a deep sense of patriotism and respect for those who serve in the military. Ford's love for animals was evident throughout his life. He owned several horses, dogs, and even a pet lion named Arab. His passion extended beyond mere ownership. He used his platform to advocate for animal rights and welfare. In fact, he lent his voice to a public service announcement promoting spaying and neutering pets to control overpopulation. Moreover, Glenn Ford was involved in numerous charitable endeavors. He donated generously to organizations like the American Cancer Society after losing his sister to cancer. Also, recognizing the importance of education, he contributed to schools and universities across America. Despite facing financial difficulties towards the end of his life, Ford continued supporting these causes wholeheartedly. Glenn Ford's personal values shaped his professional choices too. For instance, he turned down roles that glorified violence due to his belief in promoting peace and nonviolence. Furthermore, he often chose parts that reflected real-life issues close to his heart, making them more relatable to audiences. In conclusion, while many admired Glenn Ford for his impressive body of work, it was equally noteworthy how he applied his principles and compassion in everyday life. Whether advocating for animals, contributing to educational institutions, or standing up against violent portrayals in media, Ford left an indelible mark both on and off-screen. Let's talk about the legendary actor, Glenn Ford. With a career spanning over 4 decades, he left an indelible mark in the film industry. Known for his versatility, he starred in various genres, from westerns like The Fastest Gun Alive to dramas such as Gilda. His nuanced performances resonated deeply with audiences. Ford once said, "Acting isn't all about big gestures. Sometimes it's the quiet moments that speak the loudest." This advice encourages aspiring actors to delve deeper into their roles, focusing on subtlety rather than exaggeration. He also believed in hard work and preparation, stating, "Luck comes and goes, but if you're prepared, you can seize opportunities when they arise." For those stepping into the bustling landscape of acting, Ford's wisdom serves as a testament to the importance of dedication and craftsmanship. By cherishing every role and continuously honing one's skills, an actor can truly embark on a fulfilling journey in this vibrant realm. In the words of Glenn Ford himself, "I've always tried to do my best, whether it was a leading role or a small part. Aiming for excellence regardless of scale sets a solid foundation for success in this competitive yet captivating world." Born Gwilyn Samuel Newton Ford in Canada, Glenn Ford found his true calling in Hollywood. From his early days on Broadway to his rise as a leading man in film, Ford's passion for acting was undeniable. He starred in various genres, from westerns like The Big Heat to romantic comedies such as Gilda. Despite facing challenges along the way, he remained dedicated to perfecting his craft. Ford's innovative spirit set him apart. He brought depth and nuance to each role, refusing to be typecast. His ability to adapt and evolve over 5 decades is a testament to his creative prowess. Even when television became popular, Ford seamlessly transitioned into this new medium, proving his versatility once more. The impact of Glenn Ford extends beyond individual performances. As a symbol of American masculinity during the mid-20th century, he left an indelible mark on the entertainment industry. His work continues to resonate today, inspiring future generations of artists. Creativity and perseverance are powerful forces. They can transform dreams into reality, much like they did for Glenn Ford. So remember, whether you're stepping onto a stage or into a studio, let your passion guide you, innovate whenever possible, and never give up. In the face of adversity, may you find inspiration in Ford's story and create something truly extraordinary. Let's take a moment to remember the talented actor Glenn Ford. With over 50 years in the industry, he left behind a vast body of work that continues to inspire today. From his early days on Broadway to his memorable film performances, Ford brought depth and nuance to every role. One of his most iconic roles was in Gilda, where he starred alongside Rita Hayworth. His portrayal of Johnny Farrell showcases his ability to balance charm and intensity, leaving a lasting impression on audiences. In addition to his work in film, Ford also made significant contributions to television, earning critical acclaim for his performance in The Family Tree. Reflecting on Ford's career, it's clear that he was a master of his craft. He had the rare ability to fully inhabit each character he played, creating unforgettable moments on screen. Whether you're a fan of classic films or simply appreciate great acting, taking time to explore Glenn Ford's work is truly worthwhile. Now, we want to hear from you. What are some of your favorite Glenn Ford performances? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more content celebrating the artists who have shaped our collective cultural heritage. Together, let's continue to honor and cherish the legacies they've left.